quick little fruit forest update. So this is in the front yard fruit forest part. This is a Moringa tree right here. Seems to be loving it. Right next to it we got a gooseberry. I've had this guy in the pot for almost 2 years, but then I learned that it needs to be fully rooted and fully grown before you even see some fruits. So I decided to stake it in the ground here, and went through a little shock and defoliated a lot, but it's already got some new growth coming. So overall I think it's looking happy there. And moving on, over here we got our Java Plum. Same deal with this guy. I put it in the ground, looked a little sad, but it started to recover, pushing some new growth, and put this one in the ground as well because after having it in the pot for a while, I also learned that it needs to fully root and grow before you see any fruits on this one. I've tasted the fruit since, and it's okay. It's nothing I get super excited about, but like a mango or so, but not bad. So I'm glad to have it, especially for the medicinal purposes. And over here we got our lemon guava. And I've had this guy, all these that I'm about to show you, I've had these in pots for some time and planted even in some other areas, so the front yard extension is somewhat new. So these turn yellow and they taste lemonish. They're guava, so they're very tasty. I just don't enjoy the seeds, so yeah, but good to have. And this right here is a mango. And the canopy, as you see, bushed out nicely. This is a Namdok Mai number one. Here you go. So this is not the dwarf variety like the Namdok Mai number 4. So this is supposedly quite the vigorous grower. We'll see. It's looking fantastic here though. Next to it we got the white Thai guava. I had a bunch of flowers on this one. So maybe next season here. They're all doing fantastic. I love the bark on the guavas there. Reminds me a lot of like the Jambu how they here, even the Eugenias, they exfoliate. You can see it really well here on the lemon guava. Look at that. So I painted it with the IV Organics paint, which is great. It was smaller when I first put it in, etc. But yeah, you can see how it's all like nice and green, and it's been shedding a lot of the bark. I went here earlier and just kind of stripped some off. And right here we have the Veinte Cohol. It looks like it's liking the spot here. I mean, I got these guys super tiny. I mean, they were no bigger than some stick like this. But they get well over 6 hours of sunlight here. Well over 6 hours. Oh, they're exposed all day long. I don't know much about this banana. Certainly looking forward to tasting it. I put sprinklers all over the place. There was a time in my life where I ended up at least 2 hours in the yard just watering, so I took the time and effort and run these sprinklers. But yeah, I planted about 20 different varieties of bananas. So we'll see which ones thrive on neglect, and which ones like the growing conditions here, temperature, humidity. So we'll find out which ones stick around and which ones I actually like, flavor-wise. This is the green wax jambu or wax apple. It's also doing great. Probably went through a little bit of shock here after being transplanted. I ripped that one out and moved it. I've been playing musical chairs with some of my fruit trees. But looks like this one's hanging in there, looking good. Wax apples are great. I've only tasted a red wax apple before, and at the Reed farm, and that was quite delicious. So I figured I'll put the green one here in the ground. Let me see, this guy right here is the Cardaba. So again, can't tell you much about it. It's just one of 20 odd banana plants. So we'll see when harvesting time comes. Right here we got the strawberry guava. Planted this one from a tiny little thing, so it's doing great as well. It's also pushing some new growth. Lakatan. Dwarf Lakatan. These guys are tiny and it's pushing out pups and everything. So I'm really curious as to how much bigger this guy's gonna get before it fruits. But I heard something about I think Lonnie Reed was talking about like the 43 leaf rule or so. So I'm gonna put that to the test. I got a couple that I just put in the ground and I was able to keep track from almost leaf one. So very curious about that. Sounds interesting. Yeah, Dwarf Lakatan. Of course, no food forest is complete without a nice little June plum. I'm pretty sure this is the dwarf variety. Don't know. Time will tell. You can eat the leaves and eat the fruit unripe, chop them into a salad, or wait till they turn yellow and then they'll taste like a delicious cross between a peach and a mango, something like that. And this is just a Chiquita. Grand Nain. It's also loving it there so far. So we'll see how this turns out. Chip drop came through with a bunch of mulch. I love it. So these guys have been great so far in my area anyway. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stake this guy up. It's leaning all over a lot actually. Sapodilla Morena. Yeah. We'll see how this one likes it here. I've had this one in a pot for some time. Like 3 years maybe. Yeah, at least 3 years in the pot. So I finally decided to put it in the ground because I got a hold of a butterscotch. So I'm going to keep that one in the pot for as long as I can. Let's see how this one does. I'm definitely looking forward to tasting it. I just never had a Sapodilla like that. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Got pineapple guava. Yeah, I don't know. Never tasted it. I hear different things about it. Excuse me. I hear different things about the productivity of those, that you need pollinators or some kind of known cultivar, etc. I unfortunately don't know what this is. When I bought it at the time, I really didn't know much about these. So I don't know. Only time will tell. Haven't seen any flowers yet either. So I hear they're tasty. And here we got an avocado. And this thing's getting blasted by full sun all day long. I mean, it is so hot right now. My phone shut off twice on me, so I strapped a little ice pack on it just to be able to keep recording here. But yep, this it's an avocado. It's doing fantastic. So I'm not worried about it getting sunburned or anything. Not yet anyway, so we'll see. I did paint it as well with the IV Organics in the early stages, so that probably helped. This is a Brogdon, by the way. And right next to it, we have the Gros Michel banana. That one is one that I'm certainly looking forward to tasting, just because of the history behind it and etc. You know, they say that was the ultimate banana flavor. Got another mango over here. It's Malika. I figure this one would be pretty safe planting up front, as they turn green even when ripe. Again, gotten blasted with full sun all day long. Painted the trunk a little bit. Yeah, it's looking fantastic.